everyone, welcome back to Paper Made Me Do It. Let's talk One Book July, she says as she hovers over this mountain of books. So this will be my first year ever to officially participate in One Book July, and I'm super excited about it. So I actually did a disservice to myself in previous years by not further investigating what the challenge is actually about. I just took it at face value,
One Book July,
and assumed that one book truly meant that you could only use one book for anything and everything for the entire month of July. And I've since learned from watching several videos here on YouTube that that is not necessarily the case. So when the challenge began, it initially did start out as one book and one pen to encourage people to go back to the basics and identify what they truly needed in terms of planning or journaling. But it has morphed over the years, and now they're doing this year what they're calling pick and mix. I'll put it on the screen when I confirm what they're calling it this year. But there were originally 3 creators, and they've since added a 4th creator that has a more digital component. And I will copy and paste all of their links and leave in the description in case you want to do some further investigating yourself. The challenge this year can include any of the previous challenges, one of which being to add like a particular project for the month of July. So for me, that is what I'm going to be doing to participate this year. And I thought I would go through quickly and show you what I normally do and what I will continue to be doing throughout the month of July, and then talk about the one new book for one new project that I'll be adding specifically for One Book July. So all of these books I use on either a daily or almost daily, very frequent basis, and will not be changing. So my Hobonichi 5-year diary in the small A6 size. I'm not going to flip through this because it has personal information in it. I do not decorate in this book. It is text only. I just go in at night and do a little blurb of the highlight of the day, or kind of, what happened that day, just for memory keeping. And I have recently ordered a cover for this book, finally, that I'm super excited about. So I'll be sharing that with y'all, hopefully within the next month, whenever it arrives. But this will not change. This takes literally 1 to 2 minutes for my daily blurb in the 5-year diary. So I'm going to keep that up. And then this is a B6 Slim Sojourner. And I absolutely love this cover. I believe this is called the Enoch leather, but it's the black leather, and it smells so good. Look at that texture. Special brown front pocket. And I'm not going to flip through it either, but it houses a Nanami B6 Slim Cafe Notes. And I use this book every morning for morning pages. So it is, again, not decorative in any way. It is text only, but morning pages, extremely personal, not meant to be shared. That's why I'm not going to be doing the flip. But I will be continuing my morning pages like I always do. Planning. For planning, I'm primarily in a bullet journal. I started this just recently, actually, so I have some recent videos about how I set this up. This cover I've not shown you yet, so I will be doing another video very soon to kind of review this cover. But this is a Gillio B6, not slim, full B6 size in the brown Croco matte. And it houses the B6 Archer and Olive dot grid notebook that I'm using for bullet journaling. So be on the lookout, because I will be doing a video to show this cover in a little more detail, as well as the July pages for my bullet journal. But this is what I'll be using for planning throughout the month of July. So I take this with me when I leave my house, but I leave it in my vehicle if I get out. So if I go into a store, doctor's office, any type of appointment, what have you, I leave this in my vehicle. And what I take with me out and about is my Hobonichi Weeks. So I've been using this all year. I used it primarily for planning until I just recently restarted my bullet journal. But you can see this cover, which I also love. This is made by Diamond with Lacau and Larite. This is actually stamped with the Larite logo. I have it set up as a wallet as well, so I have my driver's license and some permits here, credit cards, some medical cards and gift cards with some cash stashed in the back, and then my Hobonichi Weeks. So now that I'm primarily planning in the bullet journal, I have not been doing decorative spreads in my weeks lately, but I do keep it synced up with my bullet journal in the monthly section for appointments. So if I'm out and about, this is always with me in my bag or just on my person. And if I ever need to schedule an appointment, I can do that in the monthly calendar here. And then when I get back to my vehicle or back home later, I can transfer it into my bullet journal. So far, it's been working well. It's not like I have buku-doodles of appointments to schedule on a daily basis. So far, it has not been overwhelming or too taxing to keep these two synced up. So this will still travel with me for future planning, and just being able to look at that monthly calendar on the go to see what I have going on. Now for creative journaling, if y'all watched any of my previous videos, I have quite a few about creative journaling in my Hobonichi A6 Cousin Avec. So this book is almost completely done. Just have the rest of June to complete, and I will definitely be continuing this. I have loved this project. This is the first time I've completed a book from January through June in a Hobonichi without switching around. So I'm super happy with this book. And once it is complete, the plan for now is to leave it in this current cover and just archive it here for now. And I will be starting the new Avec, the second half of the year, same book, but it will be the July through December version of the Hobonichi Avec. And I'm going to use this Hobonichi cover that I bought in last year's release, last fall release, my manga and I. So same type of daily creative journaling that I've been doing the past 6 months. I'm going to continue just in a new book and cover. And then this Hobonichi A5 zip cover houses a full year A5 Cousin, and I'm in this almost daily. This is where I do my Bible journaling, spiritual journaling. So I use the monthly section to write scriptures or gratitude. In the weekly section, I disregard the vertical lines and just use each weekly spread as 2 notes pages basically, and I take my sermon notes every Sunday for church in the weekly section. And then in the daily section, I take notes from Bible study or just Bible reading, things like that. So I will be continuing to use this in the same manner for the rest of the year, just as I have been since this past January, because this is a full year cousin. So everything that I've showed you so far, or with the exception of adding the recent bullet journal, I've been doing those other books all year long anyway. So for One Book July, this is the project that I'm going to add. This cover was made by Naked Cow, who, if I'm not mistaken, is no longer in business. I ordered this as a custom TN several years ago. It's in the A5 size, and this was referred to at the time as an artist journal. So it's pretty substantial, but it has TN strings, the little page holders, and then 2 pockets on the front and back to hold pens, pencils, whatever art supplies you would want to travel with. So in this front pouch, I have a travel watercolor palette and a couple water brushes. And then in the back pouch, I have some Pigma Micron fine liners as well as some sketch pencils. So the book that I'm adding is a sketchbook that I purchased quite some time ago from Brie with Documented Journey. It's in the A5 size, and these are the, I believe it's called Coptic Stitch sketchbooks that she sells on her website. And I made this purchase, like I say, quite some time ago, and just immediately kind of put it on the shelf in my storage area with other notebooks and sketchbooks that I have, and I have not yet broken it in. So still have the receipt in here. So this has blank pages, and they are different types of paper. I believe some is like maybe Strathmore drawing paper, and some is Tomoe River. I'm sure the details are on her website. But I've had several people, or at least a few, I shouldn't say several, a few people have asked me privately in recent months if I could take some of the sketches that I've done in my Hobonichi Cousin and turn them into a printable or sticker. And the problem with that is when you're sketching in the Cousin, you have that, albeit faint, you still have that grid pattern in the background. So if you were to do any type of scan of that artwork, it's still going to have that grid pattern in the background. So my thought for the month of July is that I will set a goal to be in this book doing some type of sketching or artwork on a daily basis. That doesn't necessarily mean start to finish, not necessarily a completed sketch or project on a daily basis, but that I will at least be in here working on a daily basis. And my hope is that by the end of the month, I will have several designs in this book that possibly could be scanned into either a printable or sticker or something like that, because the benefit of these pages being blank is that there would be no background interference, no dot grid or square grid or anything like that that would detract from the design. So I'm kind of preparing mentally. I've got a list going of some different things that I want to sketch. So I plan to actually start this project on July 1st, which will be Wednesday of this week. I'm filming this on Monday. So a couple more days to kind of get myself prepared mentally, but I'm super excited about this project. And I hope that if I can continue it for the month of July, or if I can meet my goal of being in it on a daily basis throughout the month of July, then who knows, maybe it will become a habit that I can continue beyond the month of July. So that is my plan. Let me know in the comments if you are going to be participating, and if so, kind of what your plans are. Are you switching up how you plan or how you journal? Or are you possibly adding a whole new project like this? And I will leave all of the creators' information, the creators that issue this challenge each year. in the description. I can't remember if I said that earlier or not, but you can check them all out if you want more details about the challenge. But one of my favorite videos that I've watched so far, I believe it was, I'm pretty sure it was Romani, where she made a video emphatically stating that the main rule for the challenge is that there are no rules. So don't feel like you have to literally combine everything that you're already doing into one book, because that's simply not the case. In hindsight, I wish I had known that, you know, and I may have done this multiple times throughout the past 7 years. But I'm just excited to have the opportunity to do it now. So again, if you have any questions or comments, just leave them below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.